Right on the side. All right, we gotta stop. Restart.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, by the way, the tablet is a no-go because there's no Wi-Fi.
Camera wasn't on?
No, the tablet is a no-go because it's the Wi-Fi isn't.
Oh. Oh, your tablet. Oh, you can't do a tablet. All right.
Do we intentionally have the monitor off?
The tape is still rolling. Yeah, monitor's on.
Oh, monitor's on.
Now remember to speak very loudly because my hearing's terrible.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Hold that thought. Oh, I don't even have mine here. I don't even know where it is. I may not have even brought it.
Right on the set.
Hey, are you a writer in need of technical assistance? Man, have I got good news for you. Several episodes ago, we had a young lady by the name of Amy Shapiro from the Mahopac Library who told us that the library offers wonderful services for writers to help them to help them organize some of their writing. Well, Amy is back today with some groundbreaking news. My name is Vin DeQuino. Our guest today is the great Amy Shapiro.
Thank you.
Amy, welcome. Pleasure to have you here. You now have been working on some new programs. The program has a new name, and writers can actually take their manuscripts and their computers, come to you and say, help, and you actually have some help for them.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about this groundbreaking news.
Well, until 10 days from now, we've called ourselves the Public Computer Center, which we did so much more than that. So we decided that we're going to change our name to the Learning Lab to reflect the amount of stuff that we actually can do. So you can bring in your device, you can bring in your laptop, your smartphone, a tablet.
Smartphone too?
Smartphones
Ooh.
too. We're open over 19 hours a week. So just drop in for technology assistance. So if you're working on a program and you have it on your computer, you can bring in your computer and we can look at it together.
So if I, for example, am having trouble getting some images up into my text, I could call you and say, Amy, help. I don't know how to get this picture and embed it in my text. Can you help me do that?
And we can.
Wonderful.
I would say come into our open technology help. Bring your device if you can. If you can't, just bring all of your files on a flash drive, which is one of those little plugins. Instead of the disks that we used to have, now there are flash drives. Email the file to yourself, whatever you can do to bring that file and the program, and we will help you.
So you are a computer geek.
I am.
That's good news.
We're calling ourselves the techies now.
The what?
The techies.
Oh, the techies. Yeah, and techies are crucial. There's so many wonderful writers out there who write the way I did when I wrote Kiss Candy Days Goodbye. Sit at a table with a ballpoint pen, and you say, are you serious? You're still writing with a pen and paper? Yeah. I work with writers all the time, wonderful writers who just have not made the leap to technology. And the difference is monumental. I remember when I started doing Kiss Candy Days Goodbye, I had no knowledge of technology. Now, granted, that was like 30 years ago, but every time I wanted to make any kind of change to my manuscript, I had to get someone and pay someone to retype it for me. The publishers didn't want to hear, yeah, here it is, it's handwritten. They weren't going to go there. So I had to pay someone to type. Eventually, I hunted and pecked my way through a book. You have no idea how many boxes I have for just Kiss Candy Days alone. Eventually, the computer blew my mind because I could make changes, press a button, and it typed out all the changes.
Right.
So it was amazing then. What are some of the options and things that you could help writers learn about today that would make their life a whole lot easier?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to talk about the fact that people are hunting and pecking when a lot of devices these days you can just talk into.
Holy cow.
Unfortunately,
that's
sometimes
amazing.
you have to talk a little bit like a machine.
Yeah.
I will have to say everything very clearly, comma, including punctuation, period.
Oh, really? And now the library actually has that function where the writer can come and, for example, practice doing that?
We have some devices that you can play with in the lab. So we have an iPad, we have a Microsoft Surface, we have a Kindle Fire, which doesn't have really that much stuff for writers in terms of, programs.
Right.
And we have something else that I can't remember right now, but we do have it. Oh yes, we have a laptop. We have a Windows 8 laptop.
Wow.
So if you're thinking of purchasing a computer, if you're thinking of purchasing one of these devices, if you don't
can help them with that. Tell
Right.
them what to purchase or not to purchase.
we can run down with you what would be the best thing. I tell
For
people
you.
I tell people to go into technology stores, don't bring their wallet and act like they have $1 million bucks, and try everything out and write down what stuff you liked about each thing. And then come into us and we'll say, well, what do you need to do with this? Because
That's great.
I don't need to spend $4,000 when
So
I can
you could
spend
actually
$300.
go get the writer to say, look, what exactly do you need to do?
Right.
And once they can identify their needs,
Right.
you can identify what they need
Right.
to meet those needs.
Then we can help with that research.
Terrific.
So if you say,
Terrific.
I loved the touch screen, I loved this about the iPad, and I liked this about the Surface, then we can go forward and
Yeah.
see what, if you're only going to be on the internet, you really don't need that much in terms of memory. You don't need a gaming computer or something
Right,
like that
right.
that needs so much memory and so much stuff and so
Yeah.
much expensive equipment.
Yeah, I basically do word processing
Right.
with my computer. My phone, I have a stupid phone. I don't have a smartphone. My phone makes calls, takes pictures. I can't even get emails. I can get texts, but I can't really even get emails. That doesn't bother me because most of what I need, I do on my laptop. Now, I have writers who go to the library. They don't even own a computer. I have a young man who's published 2 books already, and he's working on a 3rd, doesn't own a computer. He goes to the library, he sits there, and he works on it, and when he needs help, he comes to you or someone from the library, and he's done wonderful things there. So there's no excuse for not writing. And the library will guide. And I've seen you take people. Now, there's really kind of 2 separate things. There's one-on-one, but then don't you offer classes as well?
We're phasing out the one-to-ones because we're open 19 hours a week starting
Wow.
in August.
Wow.
So it's a lot of personal attention.
Wow.
Like, I do not expect us to be full of people for 19 and change hours a week. So, and phasing out that one-to-one aspect really allowed us to do that, so that if somebody cancels an appointment, I'm not sitting there twiddling my thumbs.
Right.
So now we have that open. We also, over the summer, we don't really do a lot of instructor-led group classes because it's summer and nobody
you do
wants to
problem
come
solving,
in. But
right?
we do tons of problem solving. You walk in with your device, you say, I don't know X.
I can't get my computer to do
Right.
this.
And we also will help you with online classes. So
wow.
we have a partnership with GCF Learn Free, which is a Goodwill Community Foundation. So the same as the Goodwill store in town. It's the same group, and they have an online education component, and they're amazing.
Wow.
So you can get a certificate from them, which we can't offer at this point at the library.
Right.
So what we do is we have a partnership. So you take the classes, we've taken the classes, you come in and you can do the assignments, and if you need a hand, we're right there.
Wow.
We can walk you through things you didn't understand.
So you could actually do this tutorship in the library,
Right.
and then when you get stuck with something, you could put your hand up,
Exactly.
and then Amy comes and says, what are you stuck on?
Right.
And you could help them.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely
So-
wonderful.
And that's one of those things that is perfect for coming into the open technology lab hours. So then you come up to the third floor. We're the third floor. So it's the reference floor has the computers, and then the third floor has the learning lab.
Now,
So-
if you're on the second floor and you have a problem,
Right.
you're around the second floor too, right? Sometimes?
The minus side of all of this awesomeness is
Right.
that I am no longer at the reference desk.
Oh, man!
Yeah.
So now you
So
pretty much are...
I am
the lab person.
embedded in the lab, which
Okay.
is like the best news ever for me, but I did like being a reference librarian
Yeah.
as well. But if you have a quick question at reference, everybody can help you at those desks.
Wonderful. So
But-
many of the reference people are also savvy when it comes to knowing technology.
Exactly.
Wow.
But what we can offer in those technology labs is that people can just camp out. Like, I know I'm going to have a problem with this.
Yeah. So they
So-
can go to the third floor, and instead of going to the second floor,
Exactly,
they can go
exactly.
pick a computer in the corner of the lab
Right.
and do their work there.
Right. If
And then when they
you-
get stuck, they then put their hand up, and there you are.
That's
Wow.
why, we
That's
have
wonderful.
people, if there are people that are filling out job applications and stuff like that on the second floor and they might need more help, it's a perfect place to send them up, and then they know that they have access, because the people at reference generally don't have that much time to sit and
Right.
kind of talk people through
Right.
it. So,
and you
I
can't
know
really
you're-
talk out loud on the
Right.
second floor. On the
Exactly.
third floor, you can.
Exactly.
That's great.
And I know you were discussing, and unfortunately I cannot remember the program that a lot of your authors are
Yes, the
using
Create
right now, the
Space.
Create Space. So if you're working on Create Space and you just, I know I'm going to have problems, that's a perfect time to just come in
Yep.
and camp out, and then there will be someone there, it's usually me,
Yep.
there will be someone there to really walk you through things.
And now I was impressed when I mentioned CreateSpace to you, and you said, "Well, I can become familiar with it." And I mean, that's a wonderful thing, because many times those programs do exactly what you do all the time. You just have to know how that company works.
Exactly.
And once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to
Right.
guide them and walk them through some of these.
Right.
Now,
What I
Yep,
sorry
what-
to,
no,
just
go
to
ahead.
interrupt for a second.
Yep.
I use the car analogy. So if Microsoft Word was so different from CreateSpace or
Right.
Publisher or any of these programs that do what CreateSpace does on an online format, so it's an internet-based program.
right.
If I can only drive my Subaru, I can't drive any other car. So now I get into my husband's car and it's a Honda. I can't
Yeah.
drive this thing.
Yeah,
It's not in anybody's best interest to make something so unique.
right.
So-
Especially something like CreateSpace.
Exactly.
Just so that our audience understands, CreateSpace is a self-publishing company. And I shouldn't even call them that, because it's not really. It's a print-on-demand company, which means you don't simply go to them and say, "Here's my book, print it, and I'll sell it." They will actually help you to get that book out. And CreateSpace is Amazon.com. So once you get on there, your books are available online internationally. So it's a wonderful thing for writers these days who want to get their books out there and have a difficult time with traditional publishers. Well, CreateSpace and many other well-known on-demand publishers have made life so easy for writers, where you can actually get your document, put it into their template, and it changes it automatically into whatever book size you want to do. And you say, okay, I want my cover to be 8 by 5. And they go, okay. And you put it into an 8 by 5 format, and there it is. Amazing. And you could call them and get help. It's almost as good as what you have, where you're right there and you walk over. So you will help guide them through.
Exactly. And I've also put together, which will be linking to your page, and we'll be linking from the library's page, a Pearl Trees, which is for people that have used Pinterest before. It's like Pinterest without a login or anything.
For some of those people out there, you
might. For
mind
those
it?
of us who haven't before used it, it's a bookmarking application. So basically, anything that you like on the internet, you can put it into Pearl Trees and you can find it again. So it's like putting a bookmark in your book.
So you don't have to go hunting for it again. It's right there. You press something and it comes up.
We can organize our tools better. So what I'm doing is I'm organizing the tools for writers.
Yep.
And my ex-colleague, Laura Chrissy, put together this, and so we're adding to it. And so what it is I'm putting on some massive online education. So these are free for one level, and then some are paid extra for a certificate, but most people don't need a certificate of learning. And these are for all different types of writing. And I'm also putting on some distraction busters. So there are some tools that will actually not let you go onto Facebook. They'll not let you do anything but writing.
Wow.
There's Write or Die, which is really fun, and it actually gives you consequences.
Oh, that's
if
fun.
you stop writing. The worst of which is it starts deleting your text if you stop, it'll start deleting it. So you just have to keep writing.
Oh, that's funny. Wow.
So there are a lot of great things online that people don't know about as well that can help you write.
Yeah, these are tools that, people there were so many things that were so common to writers that I had no idea existed.
Right.
And it's a whole new day and age. And there's some things out there that'll just make life so much easier for writers. And it's important for writers to know these things. Now, you brought up something else that's also amazing. Do you know how much money it costs to get Amy's help? Nothing. And that's amazing.
Actually, you paid it already with your taxes.
Ah, you hear that? You're getting your tax dollars by going to Amy. And it's already part of this wonderful program. I just cannot say enough wonderful things about the Mahopac Library.
Thank you.
You want proof of what the Mahopac Library can do. Drive by any time of the day from 10 in the morning to 9 at night, and the parking lot's full. It is amazing. There's so many wonderful programs. And this whole writing program is just something you have to know about, which is why we brought Amy back here again. What we really wanted to do is for Amy to tell you what's already yours. Come and take advantage of this. Now, I don't think there's any time when the lab is so packed full that there's no room for more people.
Nope.
And that's a shame. Why would you not take advantage of this? FAQs, frequently asked questions. What are some of the frequently asked questions that writers have for you?
Writers, I find a lot of formatting, a lot of Microsoft Word stuff. So that is amazingly frequent, especially since Microsoft changes every 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I have people that are coming in with, the 2003 version, and then they're seeing the 2013 version, and it's confusing.
Yeah.
It's really
I know that
confusing.
there were so many people who were thrown off by, I think, what was it, Microsoft 7 or Word 7?
2007.
2007 made people nuts,
Yeah.
including me. And when I went to buy a new computer, they said to me, "No, don't do that." And they recommended what I should get.
Well, that was Windows 7 versus
Windows 7.
8.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it had so many changes that it threw
Right.
writers off.
Well, we help a lot with that as well. A lot of people did not easily make that transition,
Yeah.
myself included, to Windows 8. And the reason is because it changed drastically, like you said. There are now there's the start screen and the desktop, but we
Yeah.
can change a lot of settings to make it a lot like what you're used to.
Yeah,
And a
there you
lot
go.
cozier. And so, if you get a new computer and you're forced into Windows 8, and they're coming out with Windows 10 fairly soon, so there's going to be an even newer one.
Oh, boy.
And I feel that the Windows 8 issue was more because Microsoft thought that they needed to up their game in terms of the iPad and the touchscreen. I feel that all of us who sit at desks and use it, though, did not appreciate it.
I taught school for 35 years. And when computers became popular, there were teachers out there screaming, "Leave me alone," because they get in front of that computer and totally confuse simple
Right.
things like moving text and just very simple things like saving a document and where to save it and how to save it, and it drove people really crazy.
Of course.
They don't have to be crazy anymore. Sometimes one good afternoon with you could get rid of a dozen headaches.
Yes. And the best thing I hear when people leave is, "I am so excited."
Yes.
Because hopefully what people will take away is that computers and the internet and all of these tools that we have now can make our lives so much easier.
They don't have to be
They don't have to be
difficult.
frustrating. They don't have to be something to be afraid of.
Right.
And I want people to go into this exploration with excitement.
Now,
and
you
fearlessness.
even help with things like photographs.
Right, right.
So if people are using a digital camera, you can show them how to hook up that camera and get those pictures
Right.
into their documents.
Exactly.
Wow. So, and that now you, if I'm not mistaken, you even had a course that showed them how to take better pictures.
Right. Actually, yes. We had Jim Sparks come in, and he was doing a digital photography with Picasa.
Wow.
So it wasn't about Jim Sparks did a photography class separately, but in the computer lab, he actually came in and showed people how
Wow.
to edit with Picasa.
I often get writers who just absolutely want to get their memoirs written.
Right.
And they're like, "I can't do that. I don't know enough to do that." And I've seen them come in and get turned around where they went in with absolutely no knowledge of the computer and came out with wonderful manuscripts. So you can take someone who is basically illiterate when it comes to the computer and turn them into a computer using pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's great.
All I say is, sometimes people come in with a mission, which
Yeah.
is great. You need a mission.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we have to do some backfilling because we
Yep.
need a foundation for our building.
Yeah.
So sometimes, even if your goal is, I want to write a book, we have to learn from the beginning. And
Right.
we have to learn what's going to help us
Right.
write that book.
Right.
So
And you can tutor those people right into doing what they need to do.
exactly.
That's wonderful. So the library is available, will be available, like how many hours a week?
Over 19 hours a
Wow.
week.
Wow.
So, and it's going to be starting in August. It's going to be Monday through Thursday, and it's going to be 9:30 to 12:30 Monday through Thursday, every morning, Monday through Thursday. Walk in 9:30 to 12:30, and then there will be additional hours. We'll be open from 4 to 8:45
Wow.
on
So
Monday
working
evenings.
people can come in after work.
Right.
Are there any hours available on a weekend?
No, not as of right now.
Okay.
However, if these times don't work for people, they're always welcome to contact me and I will work with them.
So the third floor lab is really not available on weekends.
Not as of right now.
But they could come to the second floor,
Exactly.
work on the computer, and if they get
Right.
stuck, most of the people at the information desk
At-
are savvy
at
enough
reference.
to say, okay, you're stuck with this,
Right.
do this.
Right. They can do quick fixes. They are awesome down there. It's just what we can offer is that time.
And there's even a printer.
Oh yeah.
So they can actually print out
Exactly.
what they were working on.
Right.
That's amazing. I just want you to take a minute to talk about this document that you have been working on. Sort of a reference for writers.
Right, right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Our Pearl Trees, which is, again, it's our bookmarking site, so you'll just go to that. It's going to be on Mayapack Library's page, and I'm also going to send it to you, so you'll follow that link.
Good.
And then we'll have little folders, so we'll have the distraction tamers.
Wow.
We're going to have some writer's block
Wow.
fixes. So
So there's
some
like
of those
exercises for them to
Right,
become
there-
better
There are
writers.
some podcasts.
Wow.
There are things to follow on social media. Like Twitter, if anybody follows Twitter, which is basically a social networking media on the internet, so you can see what other people are talking about. So I
No-
can follow you on Twitter,
That's
and when you
amazing.
talk, I can see what you're thinking.
And so you have the opportunity and the ability to correspond with these writers in person, by computer, and by telephone. No excuses. No excuses. Amy is available for your services when and if you need them. So, you want to write a book, but you're not sure how to do it? Go to Amy. Also, the Mayapack Library features me and other writers every Thursday. You could come, bring your work, and you'll get feedback from wonderful writers. We have as many as 20 people a week coming with their manuscripts to share their writing. If they get stuck, I say, better go see Amy. So you could have help with the actual manuscript. You could have help with writing the manuscript. There is no excuse. You think you can write a book? We know you can. Go to the Mayapack Library, talk to Amy, talk to me, talk to some of the other writers, get the job done. Amy, anything else? We have about 30 seconds. What do we want to leave them with?
I'll have to talk really fast. Our research tools are amazing. Our librarians are amazing. We can help you start your research. We can help you with the writing aspects on the internet, on the computer, on any tool you need to write on. We can help you with formatting. Just come in. Just come in.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the bottom line. Mayapack Library, or Mahopac Library, is writer friendly. Get yourself over there. And to be honest with you, many of the other libraries in some of the other towns and villages also have wonderful programs. Use your local library. You paid for it. Thank you for joining us today. It has been our pleasure. Stay tuned. Other writers will be on the show. Get writing. You think you have a book? Get it done. Amy, can't thank you enough.
Thank
it has been
you.
an absolute pleasure. A lot of wonderful